Good morning everyone, and welcome to another one of my fishing adventures. Today we are doing one of my favourite forms of fishing. We are targeting squid. It is getting to the time of year where there should be some absolute giants about. So the whole goal for today is to try and track down a kraken. My PB at the moment is 50 or 51, so if we can beat that or get anywhere near that, it's going to be a really good day. So I'm just pedaling up to the first spot of the morning now. I've brought out jigs, I've brought out baits, got everything today to try and crack one of those monsters which I know are out here. I've just got out here this morning and there is 7 kayakers. I've never seen this many kayakers midweek in the middle of autumn. It is ridiculous. 7 total kayakers. It's a bit of a gloomy morning as well. Fogged out, a little bit of wind, but it's meant to clear up and be an absolute cracker. All right, the first and only bait is going to be a silver whiting, so we'll get that out on a float. And I'm hoping today it produces. The last 2 or 3 times I've been out squid fishing, the float hasn't got a single squid. So today could be the day that it really fires up. Ouch. Well, that's one of the dodgiest ways I've rigged up a silver whiting. Almost destroyed its whole head, but that's going to do for now. So we're just going to get that in the holder. That float's rigged to sit about 3 meters below the surface. So that bait's going to be right just above the bottom, hopefully in the squid strike zone. So we'll let that out, see what it can do. We'll also get the old sleeper jig out. So this is pretty much the jig which I rock every time in the holder. This little orangey and white one. And sometimes it does very well. So we'll drop that down and then we'll pick a jig which we're going to use to cast around. Alright, put that in the holder. And the final jig which we're going to use for the morning is just the one which we've already got tied on. This red and black one. Really good colour for jig for fishing out here in Western Port. And if this one doesn't do any well, we might switch over to one of my old faithful white colours. But we'll try this first of all. Just going to drift around in the medium kind of zone. I fish 3 main areas when I'm squid fishing: the real shallow stuff, the medium ground, and then the deeper. Right now I'm going to start in the medium, see if they're out here, and then if they're not, we'll try those other ones. But there are a lot of kayakers in a lot of my zones, so it's going to be a bit hard to navigate today and try find our own. When I was on my way out, I actually think I saw one of them hooked up to a really big squid, and I heard him yell as well. So there's definitely a couple around, and they've got at least one between the 7 of them. I can't believe that. That's the most kayakers I've ever seen on a holiday, on a school holiday. Oh, is that on? I think we could have one on in the holder. Yep, we have a little one on in the holder. Yep, it does. He's only a little fella, but that's a good start to the morning. We'll take that. There he is there. He's inked up the top of that jig. He's a really nice, small, medium-sized squid, perfect for baits. Oh, he's inking up a storm. And that was on the sleeper jig. That has been destroyed. That is number 1. He is not the kraken which we're looking for, but he's still a pretty nice little squid. Good bait size. But as I was saying, that's the most kayakers I've ever seen out here for even a school holiday or, like, you know, a big public holiday, and it's a random Tuesday. What is everyone doing? Crazy. They must be a big group. They must know each other. While we're at it, we might as well do a little competition. So I'm going to do myself versus the sleeper jig and the float. See if I can outfish both of them. Should be a good test of our abilities. Another one out. 4th cast of the morning. We've got a good tide change coming up in the next couple of hours. So in theory, the squid fishing should only get better from here on out. At least I'm hopeful. Man, the water is just crystal clear. The conditions are really good, but we will see. You never know with squid fishing. Some days they can turn on, other days they can get hammered by a lot of kayakers and then, you know, they just shut down. Well, I brought out a whole heap of different jigs to try out, and I'm thinking I might try something a little bit different. Give this one a crack, I reckon. Something very different to what I would usually use. Wop, 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 dot, mop, dun, 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 dun. It's turning into one of those magical days. The fog's burning up. Wind's backing off, really calming down now. Hopefully the squid start to fire up soon though. Still only got that one little one. A little bit of a slow start. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, there we go. Out here in the very deep water. And finally we've hooked up to a good squid. I can feel it's a good squid just because of the weight. Doing a couple big pullbacks as well. Don't know if it's an absolute giant, but it's definitely a good one. Most definitely a good one. If we get him in, it's going to be 1-1 for the artificials and the... Oh, it's a good squid. It's a very good squid. Yeah, it's a great squid. Nice. This is one of the ones which we're after. Might put a little mark on the sounder. Yeah, that's a good one. About time, man. He's a beast. Oh. Oh no. There we go. We got him. Got him in that net. That's a beast. Yes. It's one of the ones we want. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is a big squid. That's one of the ones. Oh, that is sick. The whole goal for the day was to get onto a massive squid. And that right there is one of them. That is a very, very big southern calamari. And you can see the jig which we got it on. That little 3.5 Rui jig in that white and brown, almost like a King George whiting colour. Oh, I'm so lucky to have such a good squid fishery. Like, this is a monster calamari. They definitely get bigger, but I'm not going to complain with that one at all. Ticked off the goal for the day to get a monster. All right, check out the sleeper jig. Doesn't have any weight on it, so we'll drop it back down. And this is a jig which did it. Really cool looking jig, something different to what I'd usually use. Very interested to see if we can get a few more on it. Be cool to get a double or, you know, have a whole pack of them come along. It's been a long time since I've had that kind of action. Look at all those garfish. Heaps of garfish skimming across the surface. Plenty of food around for these squid, that's for sure. Oh, on the way down. Yep, on the way down we've got one. Just cast that out and it was sinking down towards the bottom and he grabbed it. Doesn't feel very, very big once again, but still going to be a quality little squid. Should pop up out over there. Fishing some new areas, really. These are all new areas to me. There he is. Yeah, he's only a little fella once again. He's only just on, but we got him. Another beautiful little squid. Once again on that same jig, and that makes it 2-1 in favour of myself. Nice, he's a good bait size one. I imagine that there's got to be another one there. That was a little male, so you'd think it would have a female friend nearby. Oh, there's one. I felt him grab that. That feels big too. Definitely feels big. Hasn't started pulling back at all. I just felt him grab it. Yep, come on. Get that jig in him. That's a good squid. That's another big one. Oh, just let go. No. Just let go. There he goes. He grabbed it. Yep. There we go. We got him. Oh, he let go, but luckily he came back. Man, that was a little bit sketchy. I could feel him just slowly coming in without him pulling back at all, so I knew he wasn't hooked and he dropped it, but whew, luckily we got him back. That's another good one. Whew. This one feels very, very heavy as well. He should slowly be coming up just out there. You want to take your time when you have a squid on. Don't want to rush them at all because you can lose them. They might be hooked very poorly or you just never know how they're hooked. Oh, I can see him down there. That's a monster. Oh, that's a monster. Oh, that's a monster. Wow, that's a big squid. Yep. That's the one we wanted. Yeah. That's a monster. Oh, I'm gonna get tangled up in the float. Oh, man. We got him. Yep, that's another beast. That is a proper squid. Oh boy, I'm so lucky he came back. I've actually got weed on my jig as well. Look at all that ink he burst out as well. Oh, I'm stoked. Stoked with that one. Oh, I didn't think he had any left. Oh, that is a beast. That's a proper squid. Very, very happy to say that we've completed today's goal. Today's goal was to get into some giant squid, and we have very much done that in a big way. Take a look at that fella. That is a monster, and once again, on that jig which I'm casting around, the little whiting imitation, banged a massive squid, over 40 easily. So happy. It's been months and months since I've got a squid of this caliber. That's a beast. And look at the conditions as well. Couldn't get a better day to catch this thing. So happy with that. I have no clue what's happened to that float. It is just catching Nothing at all. It's still bobbing away, but no squid. Luckily, the old faithful casting around seems to be working. 3 squid just by casting this little jig, and also 1 in the holder as well, but all the big ones have been casting around, coming right back over that same area again. Hopefully there's another one there. That was really good fun. They're the ones I like, where you don't know if you're going to land it because it's that big. It can take a lot of line, it can pull the yak around, and they're really hard to net. Whew, bit of excitement, eh? Oh, that float's under. Float is under. Oh, he let go. It's the first time the float's gone under for the whole day. There we go. He grabbed this one. He was on the float and we just chucked the jig out behind the float and he grabbed it. That's pretty cool. He's a good medium one. There he is there. Very solid medium squid. Pretty much the first medium one we've got. We've got the 2 bigger ones, 2 smaller ones, and now a nice little medium one. Oh, the other one's on. Look at that in the holder. Of course, when the action happens, the head camera dies. That's always how it goes. We've got another one on in the holder. That was crazy. So there was one on the float which let go, then we cast the jig and got that one. And we've got another one on here. Oh, he just got me. He's only a little one, but still, he's a perfect little bait size. Really good one. We'll take him. Well, we might as well get a look at them both. So this is the first one, which we just caught, and then we've got the second one right here. So 2 beautiful southern calamari. Once again, a smaller one, good bait size, and then a good eating medium sized one. It's all happening. I think that's the 6th squid now, so a little bit of action starting to happen. Get another cast back out. Seems like a pretty good area around here. A few squid around. Just follow me right. Oh, the float's under. The float's under again. See if we can get one on the float this time. Yep. Oh, we just let go. Man, not hanging on to the float. Yeah, he's back on it. Definitely back on it. How's the float rod though? Broken, snapped in half, but can still catch squid on the float. He's still on there. Yep. Oh, there he goes. Oh, it's actually a good squid. It's actually a big squid on the float. Oh man, that is funny. See if we can get a look at him. He's all the way back out there. I had to let out a whole heap of line just because of how deep we're fishing. I'm pretty much relying on the drag with this combo because obviously there's no flex in the rod. There he is. That's the 3rd really good one of the day. Well, that's broken the float curse. That's 3 trips with no squid on the float up until now. Try and get him off that. There we go. The old silver whiting always ends up producing. About time. It's gonna blow its ink. Man, that is another absolute cracking squid. Look at that. That's another one in the 40s for sure. Beautiful little critters, these fellas. The hood on this squid is just so fat. Take a look at that. We asked for a session with some giants and we finally got one on the old squid. That is the 3rd absolute monster of the day. We'll take that. Oh, what a day to be out here on the water. Perfect conditions. And the squid fishing was pretty good as well. We caught a whole mix. Some big ones, some small ones, some really big ones. So it was an epic day's fishing in the end, but I'm heading in now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this one a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.